Activism Guided Meditation. There will be a few minutes of speaking followed by 6 minutes of drumming. You do not have to absorb or listen to everything or anything that I say. You can come back to this meditation many times, so there is no right or wrong way about how you approach this. Each time you listen to this meditation, the journey you take will be different. It cannot be any other way. Feel free to simply accept whatever journey this takes you on. I invite you to breathe slowly. Take some long, deep exhalations and relax into the space. Feel free to focus on allowing yourself to feel acceptance with where the world is right now at this very moment. This includes all of the pain and all of the beauty. You do not have to think about it. Just feel it. Accept that right now you do not have to know anything, and you do not have to have any judgments about anything. Simply be aware of your presence. Everything from your breathing, all the way to any sensations that you may be feeling in your body. Right now, everything in the universe is as it is. And you can relax into this space and accept it all without judgment. There is always solace and peace in this space, even if you cannot feel it now. It is the peace that lies in pure awareness. We used to dwell here a lot, but as we have grown older, we have spent less time here. This is because we have been taught that we are our minds, when in reality our minds are only part of who we are. We are also the awareness that lies outside of thought. This is what the medieval poet Rumi describes as the green field that lies before right and wrong. To fully know and feel this green field is the first step of holistic activism. It is about being present, embracing uncertainty, complexity, and acceptance. It is only by fully accepting something that we can start to transform it. And by fully accepting ourselves and the wider world, we will feel less inclined to pass our pain onto others, or enable them to pass their pain onto us. This is why step 2 is about breaking the cycle of pain. And step 3 is about looking for the common ground that we share and building upon that. These steps help build an activism that is rooted in connection rather than conflict. Let's start the process of applying these first 3 steps. Take a deep breath and exhale slowly. Now imagine a beautiful place in nature and make yourself feel comfortable. Marvel in wonderment at the complexity of the nature that you see and feel here. And relax into knowing that this is greater than your mind can encapsulate, and that simply being the observer and watching the world unfold is perfection. This is your space. You are safe here. You can feel immersed in this presence. Now imagine a person who in the past has left you with some bad feelings but not deep hurt. It doesn't matter if this person is living or deceased. Invite them over as your guest and let them know that you have compassion for them. But for your sake and for theirs, you will not let them pass their pain onto you, and you will not do the same to them. You are showing compassionate assertiveness. Not out of spite, but for the both of you and for the universe. You are breaking the cycle of pain. Now feel free to hug them or wave them goodbye. Watch them leave and settle back into the eternal presence of your right here and now. Feel free to exhale deeply and embrace a sense of acceptance and letting go. Invite that same person back over, knowing that your interaction with them will not perpetuate the cycle of pain. This time, invite them to join you to build a conversation on an issue where you might share some common ground. You can acknowledge that you do not necessarily agree with them on other issues, but that is okay. Because right now you want to connect with them on one issue at the deepest level that you can. You can agree also to try not to judge them on those areas where you disagree. Instead, you can acknowledge to yourself that you too could have shared similar thoughts and ways of thinking if this complex universe had unfolded in a different way. See yourself connecting on an issue, embrace the feeling of empowerment that this gives you and sit with this. If, however, your guest appears to resist your invitation to find common ground, that is okay too. Feel free to sit with them without judgment and enjoy that feeling of deep presence. If you perceive them as using this as an opportunity to engage in conflict, gently remind them that you have decided to no longer engage in the cycle of pain, and with compassion, invite them to sit with you in meditation and listen to the strumming. If they are not comfortable with this, you can ask them politely to leave the space. You are in control here. person reacts is like a choose-your-own-adventure story. But as you now wave them goodbye, you should feel empowered, whatever the outcome. Whether it is through finding an area of connection, or because you have engaged with them in a compassionate, assertive way, or both. This is like watching the first seed sprout in a garden that you have just started to plant. These 3 steps help us to better engage in the 4th and final step of holistic activism, which is the art of critical thinking. Critical thinking as a means of building deeper connection is about adding nuance to people's ideas, looking to connect on the deeper underlying issues that influence our opinions, and breaking down polarized perspectives. By taking this approach, all parties can feel part of an ongoing constructive conversation. Holistic activism is about using our minds well, but as described in the first step, it is also about being comfortable in a space outside of mind. The two are a symbiosis. So let's say no more words. Instead, feel free to let go and listen to the drumming. Let it take you to where you need to go. You do not need to get attached to the words that I have just spoken. You can revisit them anytime. You can play this meditation anytime, or read the Holistic Activism booklet. But for now, feel free to lose yourself in the drumming and allow it to take you where you need to go. I now invite you to start to open your eyes and slowly come out of the meditation.